What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon53. Man, I'm back again. Man, it's Sunday night. My Bears done lost again. They sorry garbage behind. Boy, I'm so tired of my Bears. But anyway, my Auburn Tigers won yesterday. Yay. But did y'all see that game with Colorado and Colorado State, man? Ooh, man. Nail biter, boy, but it was good. They were good. That boy Dion bad, man. That boy, but his son Shador off the chain. The light bright. Ooh, that light bright. Y'all see that light? Woo, woo. Anyway, man. It's story time. It's story time. Man, look, I'm gonna tell this about. Listen, you hear a lot of people that tell street stuff, that tell street stories, that tell prison stories, but we gonna just key in on hey, it done came out. I lost it again, huh? I lost another one. Man, I had a blue ball on right there, man. It's gone again. But anyway, bump it, man. I'll find it. But anyway, man. So you know how a lot of people, when they tell you stories about, gang stuff in the streets and all the drama and all the stuff that we go through, man, especially back in the day when we was growing up, we was young kids. And it was wild. You know what I'm saying? But now sometimes what we don't hear a lot of people talking about is the passes that they gave. Now, I spoke on a few passes that I gave back in the day. Some in jail, some on the streets, you know what I'm saying? Not really a pass can be given in jail, either you gonna do it or you ain't, but passes can be given on the streets. A pass, for those who don't know, a pass is when you catch somebody from an enemy's turf and you got them down bad, you got them dead to right. You know what I'm saying? They whole future belongs to you. You might run down on them, and it might be you and 5 or 6 of your homies, and they might be by themselves, and you got them. You know what I'm saying? Their life is in your hand for whatever you want to do. And you tell yourself, you know what, man? No, I ain't gonna do that this time. I ain't gonna do it this time. I'm gonna let this slide. I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? And then you tell them right there, you know what, homie? I'm gonna give you a pass. And I've seen sometimes where you tell a person, hey, remember I gave you a pass now. Remember I gave you a pass. And so, and that's how it goes. That, when they say karma, that's karma. Karma can come back and do good to you, or karma can come back and do bad to you. And karma has, in my experience, in my lifetime, in my gangbanging career, karma has done me right more times than it's done me wrong. Because I've given a lot of passes. I'm going to speak on about 5 or 6 of them. That's what we finna do. And it was good. It was good for me, man. You know what I'm saying? A few times, like I say, I got caught down bad to where I could have got turned into Rumpelstiltskin, But because of karma, you know what I'm saying? Because of God looking out, putting the hand of karma in play. Dude's like, you know what, Toon? Hey, get on up out of here, man. Go on, go. You know what I'm saying? This one on me now. Go on, go. Because you looked out for me. Or because you looked out for one of my homies or one of my homegirls. However the subject, or, however it might play out. It played out in a good way. So anyway, man, I'm going to speak on a couple of times. Now, you got some dudes, they going to tell you about all the killing and the monstering and all this stuff they done did. That water good, y'all. But they don't put the times that they let dudes get away. Not get away, but they they gave passes. Everybody done gave a pass. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think everybody done gave passes before. But anyway, man, I want to talk about a couple of passes, a few passes that I gave, and I'm gonna elaborate on it. One time, one time, man, this is back in the early 80s. I think back in, ooh, man, it's back in the early 80s. And I spoke on this. Some of my videos you can go back through and you might hear about some of these passes, you know? But man, one time, me and the homies, we was belling. I'm talking about we belling down Avalon. We walk, boom, we walking. So back at this time, it was a mechanic shop on about 46 or 47th, between 46th and 47th in Avalon, right there, the face right there on Avalon. You know what I'm saying? A little hole in the wall mechanic shop. You go in there and, you know, get used parts, and it wasn't even really a mechanic shop. It was where you can go get, little certain paraphernalia for your car. You go get it. But anyway, so man, me and the homies, we walking like I say, we about 6, 7 deep. We belling down Avalon. I'm in the front, and as I'm passing by this shop, a dude steps out the shop. Where he was going, I don't know. Why he was there, I don't know. Well, I do know because he was coming out the shop. He had a little bag in his hand. I think, matter of fact, if I can remember, I think he was getting a carburetor or something. I don't know what it was, something like that. But anyway, I stopped and I looked. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, man. I stopped and I looked. And lo and behold, it was a dude that I was in jail with, that I was in Wayne with. Dude named Cool Breeze from Swan. And when I looked, I looked at him, he looked at me. The homies had stopped. They looking. They wondering why I stopped. Then they looking at the guy. So they figured, hey, what we got going on here? So I say, Breeze, man, what's up? That's you? He looked at me, he gave me the look like, dang. He like, yeah, man, what's up, Toon, man, what's up? I'm like, shoot, homie, what's happening, man? I'm like, what you doing over here? Now, for real, he might not have known where he was. He might not have known where he was, or if he did know where he was, he might have figured, okay, he could dip in, get these little car parts and dip on off. But the vibe that I got was he didn't know where he was. Now, he might have knew that this was a Crip hood. He might just not have known whose hood. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm like, man, what you doing? You know what? He like, man, yeah, Toon, man, I dip right here, man. I come right here, to get me get a car part for my car real quick, man, and whoop, whoop, whoop. Matter of fact, yeah, because I remember asking him, I'm like, Breeze, I said, homie, do you know where you at? And he was like, man. I say, homie, man, you in my hood, homie. He was like, oh, Toon, man, look, I just come. I say, man, don't trip, man. I say, look, don't trip. I got you. I say, look, we was cool in YE. I ain't gonna get out here and see you. What is that? Man, that's a piece of hair running wild. I told him, I say, man, we was cool and YE. I say, homie, I ain't finna get out here and see you, know what I'm saying, trip like that. See, that was one of the things about me. If we were in jail together, whether it was YE or prison, and you was off the other side of the tracks, but we, what I'm saying, we was cool, we rocked out, no problems, and I seen you on the streets, I wasn't finna trip, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's some buster stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be cool with a dude in jail, and you know what I'm saying, rock him to sleep like it's all good. But then when you see him on the streets and he by himself, and you got a gang of your homies with you, then you trip on him. No, homie, no, I ain't cut from that cloth, man. I don't get down like that, man. That's some mark stuff. But I tell him, I say, homie, look, don't trip, man. I said, man, don't even trip, Breeze. He like, man, Toon. I'm like, homie, don't trip. I said, look, I let him know, man, we was cool. It's cool. I say, but now, look, I'm like, hey, this fine Trey hood. Now, you might want to, He like, man, don't even worry about it. He said, man, I'll get my little car parked someplace else. So I'm like, all right, man, I'm like, I asked him how long he'd been out. I told him how long I'd been out. And, he was like, boom, boom, boom. His car was somewhere right there. One of them cars was parked right there was his. So anyway, he left. He got in his car. He got on. So the homies was asking me like, cuz, man, what's up with, man? Where food from, cuz? I'm like, homie, you know what I'm saying? He from Swan. Of course, that ain't how I said it back then, but so the homie's like, for real? Like, cut. I'm like, nah. I said, homie, I said, me and old boy was cool in jail, homie. I said, nah, I ain't gonna trip. I said, he all right. I said, he ain't no, you know what I'm saying? He ain't, character like that, homie. I said, he all right, he cool. So they were like, if I said it, then it was law, especially back then. So that, that's just one of the times, man. Another time, man. Whew, man, me and the homie, man, we coming down Avalon. Coming down Avalon. And right there back in the day back in the 80s, right there on the corner, 79th and Avalon, they used to have a little fruit stand on the corner right there. Now this dead in the middle of Swanhood. But they right across the street from Fremont. They used to have a fruit stand right there on the corner. Me and homie, man, we coming down Avalon and we driving and I see a female. And I look and I tell her, I'm like, oh, cub, man, I said, man, that's old girl from Villain, homie. Now the girl was, her name was Cola. Her name was Nicola. They call her Cola. Man, now me and Cola, man, we had, man, look, she used to talk to one of the homies. She used to talk to my homie Crazy Ray. So now Ray had a habit of bringing old girl into the set sometimes, Back when banging was banging, he would bring her over there, but due to the the fact that she was with him, she had a pass all the way around the table. But now she knew me and Ray was dog, but me and her could not get along for nothing in the world. Every time Ray brought her over there, like I say, this back in the 80s. Man, I'd be like, dang, come man, why you got this whoop whoop wop wop wham over here? And she'll go crazy because of what I said out my mouth. You on the woo-woo. So I look at her, I'm like, man, you better, man, what? What? Man, you go on cartoon and woo-woo-woo. So I used to always tell her, you know what? I tell you what. I said, I got some homegirls for you. I said, I ain't gonna put my hands on you. I said, I don't hit no. I said, but I got some homegirls for you with your little smart mouth. But now she used to try to bang, like, go get them. Go get them. Man, what? But now, of course, Ray would stop it and, no, cuz, man, come on, kick back to him, man. Don't do that, man. But, man, this girl used to get on my nerve. I couldn't stand her. But because of Ray. Man, one day, look, like I say, we flying down Avalon. I see her sitting on a milk crate. 2 stacked up milk crates right there on 79. When we flew past her, I tell her, homie, I'm like, cuz, man, that's old girl from Villain, homie. He like, you for sure? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, man, bust the corner and come back. So now, we didn't really, you know what I'm saying? He hit, I think, 80th or 81st, something like that. We bust a right, boom. We come back around. We come back down San Pedro. We come back up 79. Now, of course, we playing with that. We walk on a razor's edge because this right here in the middle. This is Swan Central right here. But the way we was back then, we wasn't caring nothing about nothing. Anyway, we pull up. She don't notice the car. She don't even notice nothing like that. But now when I jump out the car, bang bam. The homie jump out the car. So she look. I'm like, oh, look here, oh, Nicola. I'm like, oh, Cola, what's up? She look, she like, man, she said, man, go on, cartoon. Man, go on with that. I'm like, no. I'm saying, boy, every time I catch you, every time Ray bring you in the set, you always talking crazy. Da 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 da. So now my homie want to slap her. But I ain't with all that, So I'm really just talking tough. I'm not finna do nothing to no female unless I just really, 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 really have to, Really, really, really have to. Have I done stuff to females in the past? Yeah. But I ain't proud of it, but, depends on hit or miss, where they was from or how they was popping off. But no, I tell a homie, I'm like, no, cuz, now kick back, don't trip. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? This Ray partner right here. And I say, look, I say, I got you dead bang. I say, Ray ain't even here. I say, I can do something real nasty to you right now. I said, but I ain't. But now, she like, man, you always trip, Cartoon. You always trip. You always tripping. Da 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 da. You always tripping. You always tripping. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm just telling you. Remember now, I caught you and I didn't do nothing. I said, I got you and I didn't do nothing. She like, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, so the homie, he kind of mad because she like, nah. I'm like, come on, cuz, let's go. Let's get in the car because, we can't be standing out here like this too long. Because we trued up. You already know. Anyway, so we get in the car and we leave. That was a pass, Get repairs, man. Man, move right along, man. One day, it's another one. This is another one right here, y'all. Man, one day, man, I'm coming through the park. Now, a lot of this took place different years, different times. Man, one day, man, I'm coming through the park. Man, it's about four of us, me and three more homies. It's a dude standing on the basketball court shooting free throws with a little son. I guess with his son. I don't know. I guess it had to be his son. He's shooting free throws. So as we walking through the park, now this was back in the 80s too. As we walking through the park, I get up closer. I see who it is. Man, blow my wig back. I could not believe who it was. And in the middle of our park, what? So when I bell up on him, I'm like, Gator. Now the dude name was Gator from Bounty Hunter. Now me and Gator had did a lot of time in YA together too. We did a lot of time in YA together. I knew him. I knew Gator. And he was a rider. He was about his business when he was in YA. So anyway, when I bell up on him, I'm like, Gator. He look at me and was like, oh, what's up, Toon? Like it's just, all good. I'm like, Gator, what's up, man? I say, man, what you doing over here? He like, oh, man, it was his son. He said, man, I come over here, man, I'm shooting some free throws. You know what I'm saying? With my little son, just, shoot some free throws. I said, Gator, I asked him the same thing. I said, homie, you know where you at? Do you know where you at? He told me no. He did not know. I said, Gator, man, you in the middle of our park, homie. This our park. This our set. Now he knew why. He knew me. He knew where I'm from. He knew what I was. You know what he told me? He looked around. For real? I'm like, yeah, man, you on 51st and Avalon, homie. What do you think right here? What do you think right here? He was like, Toon, man, I wasn't even tripping, man, And then look, he ain't got no shirt on. He ain't got no shirt on. And if I can remember right, don't get me wrong, he got a BH on his back arm with no shirt on. Now the homies looking, they like, Toon, man, where this fool from? I'm like, man, don't trip, don't, no. So Gator like, man, he really didn't know. He like, man, I just come to shoot me some hoops, Toon, man. I ain't come to trip on nobody, man, cause no problems or nothing. I say, I understand that, homie. I say, but man, you in the park with your shirt off. I say, man, if somebody else would have caught you, homie, what you think would have happened, man? He like, I understand, yeah, I understand. I say, look, man, go ahead and bounce, man. I say, I ain't finna trip. We cool. I said, homie, I ain't finna trip on you like that. I said, man, go ahead and just go, man. Get on up out of here. So he like, all right. He said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. He grabbed his shirt, throw. He like, man, all right, too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he like good, basically like good looking out. I'm like, yeah, man, we was cool. We was super cool in jail. We gonna be super cool on the street. Man, another time, I told y'all about the time when we belling down Avalon. This back in like 82. This early 80s. We belling down Avalon. I just got out. I hadn't been out too long. And we turned right there on and we about 9 deep. We been the corner right there. It used to be a Golden Birds chicken stand right there on the corner, right there on 51st and Avalon. It's a Chinese restaurant now. We been the corner coming around it, and it's a dude in the back of it, writing on the wall, writing on the wall. Uh, he had wrote some disrespectful stuff on our wall, y'all. He did. He had wrote some disrespectful stuff. Uh, and dude name was Huckabuck. He from 60. Dude named Huckabuck from 60s. Little short dude. He had to have known where he was. He had to have known. I believe he was trying to strike up real quick and then get on. At this time, this is back when them and the Broadways were real tight. Them, the 6-0s and the Broadways used to be real tight. So used to always be a lot of 6-0s in Broadway hood. So I guess he filtered over into our hood and decided he was gonna write some stuff on the wall. When he looked up, by the time he looked up, we had already surrounded him. He looking like, dang. So we like, what's up, cuz, man? We look. So one of the homies went and seen what he wrote. He had all the sets. You know, he had 4 tray, 5 tray, 8 tray, 7 tray, anything with a 3 in it. He had hit it up, crossed it out, and it hit his hood up. So man, the homies, they ready to go. Oops, man, they ready to trip. They are ready to act a fool. Me with my good, you know, we love the world stuff. I'm like, hold on. So you know, we you know, wasn't no words passing. We know we woo, 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 woo. But now I tell him, I said, no, cuz, no, let him go, let him go. And I tell him, I say, look here, man. I say, I'm cartoon from Fire Trey Avalon, homie. I said, now listen, remember, I'm the one gave you a pass. I said, remember, I'm the one that gave you a pass. I'm the one that gave you a pass. He got on. I told him, man, get on. I said, man, get on. I said, man, get out of here. Go ahead, go. He get on. He got on. He left. Homies was bad. You know, homie kind of tripped on me about that. Man, no. Let him go. Why? I don't know, but let him go. Man, move right along, man. Another time, man. We caught a dude one time walking down. He was right. He was standing like right on about 56 in Avalon. But he was walking that towards San Pedro with red on. Now this is back during the time when that color thing was serious. We jump out the car on him 4 deep. He like, oh. So me, I'm like, cuz, where you from, fool, man? Where you from? He said he's from Pacoima. Now, he didn't want to say the other part. He said he's from Pacoima. I say, cuz, you from Pacoima. Now, we know it ain't nothing but what's in Pacoima. We know this. I say, man, you from Pacoima what? He going back and forth. Make a long story short, he was from Pacoima, Peru. He thought he was, now with him being way in Pacoima, he didn't understand South Central like that. He was trying to go to Villain Hood, but went the wrong way. Wrong turn, Clyde. I told him, I say, look, you going the wrong way. I said, look, you got to go that way, and real fast. I say, you in Fire Trey Avalon Crip Hood, homie. I say, you trying to get to Villain Hood, they over there. I told him my name. I said, homie, I'm Cartoon. He said his name. I can't remember it. I asked him it. He was scared. I'm talking about, he was shaking like a pair of drugstore dice. But I let him go. Let him take off walking. I say, look, boom, go. I say, remember, homie, I gave you a pass. I gave you a pass. He was like, man, he was so happy though. He, man, good looking out, man, and whoop, whoop, whoop. But yeah, y'all, that's I could tell y'all some more. But that's me, man. That's me on the passes, man. Sometimes, man, it's good to do a good thing. Smash, bash, crash, and lash. It ain't always needed. You know what I'm saying? You do good, good come back to you, man. It's me, man. Your big partner, Cartoon 53. I'm out, man. Peace.